Hey guys, Rick here. I was asked to go over some information about in-services so that some people really want to start learning how to do drop-offs, in-services, business appreciations, and kind of show what we're going to be doing up in Kalamazoo and how that works. Okay, so there's a number of different ways that you could go about making this happen. Some would be via the cold call method, just walking into places. Some would be calling places up. And then another would be to take use of the resources that you currently have with your members and customers and club customers who all work places who may be able to get you in to do those as well. So obviously the best place to start would be talking to your customers and your club members and your members and supervisors and saying, hey, I'd like to do an in-service at your place of work, find out how many people work there, find out if it would be better for breakfast or lunch, and then either if they have the authority to do that, then great, you're in. If not, then you need to find out who you need to talk to, and if at all possible, have them introduce you, maybe even be there, because then that person that you're talking to knows somebody, and it's not just a cold sales call from you, it's somebody that works there saying this would be a good idea for our company. Okay, so the other way to break into it is via a call or a walk-in. So let's go with the call first. Some people do what we call business appreciation. So I suppose I should explain the difference in the terminology between a business appreciation day and an in-service. So an in-service is when you go to a place of business and you provide shakes or samples of shakes, however you want to do it, for their employees. Now, if it's a large company, it may take more than one time. There may be more than one shift, so you may have to go back multiple times to get to everyone. So a lot of people target that smaller group, that 5 to 25 or 30 person shop, so that you can get all the people at one time. Now, others may want to try and take on a bigger thing, and you just may be there more often, and that can work as well. Okay, so a business appreciation day is where you contact Hertz Rent-A-Car, and anybody from Hertz that works there or any of their customers that they send in gets to come into your club, if you have a club, or to your event, if you're running it through an event, for free samples. Okay, so they'd come into typically a club is going to use that, and if possible, you put a sign that says, welcome Hertz Rent-A-Car, Business Appreciation Day, and then they come in, and anybody that comes in from Hertz gets a free membership that day. Now, they also then get to have your orientation or your tour or whatever it is that you do with your new people. And now you have their contact information so that you can further work with them, okay? So business appreciation is really valuable. A lot of people will just call and say, hey, you know, we're a brand new business in the area, or we're expanding our business in the area, whatever the pitch is. And I have 2 slots left for this week to give free memberships to your company, to a company in the area. Do you want Tuesday or Wednesday? Okay, so it's a pretty straightforward thing. The other thing you can do is go door to door and talk to those people, or you can do it through, again, your club members and things that people that you know, your friends too. Think about your friends that may not even be using products. That's how I have my biggest tab team line is from a business appreciation day from somebody who wasn't even using shakes and wasn't even a member. Okay, so now let's talk about how to break in and do an in-service through the cold call method. So you can just go door to door and say, hey, we'd like to do this in-service, and explain it. What I find to be a little more of an effective way to start, though, is to do what we call a drop-off. So with a drop-off, you get up in the morning and you take a drink carrier, put 4 shakes in it and 8 straws. Okay. Now, maybe you want to do more than 2, but if you do 2 a day, you should be in really good shape. So on your way to work, on your way to the club, on your way to an event, it doesn't really matter. You stop in, and typically I'm doing these in the morning, so you can always tell who's open, right? Especially if it's dark out. And you walk in with 2 shakes, 4 straws. Say, branded business cards as well. Hi, my name is Rick. I'm with Inspired Nutrition, just down the road at the Portage Plaza next to Jack's Pizza. And we realize that 80% of Americans don't get a healthy breakfast, and we're trying to do our part. And so I brought 2 shakes to donate from our nutrition club, and 4 straws. The 4 straws is so that you can share it if you want. If you don't want to share, and I understand if you don't because they're really good, then just hide those straws really quick. Okay, so you drop off the 2 shakes. You can ask a couple of questions while you're there. You know, how many people work here? It's really valuable information for part 2 the next day. And then just say, listen, I'll stop back by tomorrow, see how much you enjoyed those shakes, and watch how you feel throughout the day. Because I think if you're like most people, you're just going to feel tremendous after having this great nutrition. Walk out the door. This should be a 5-6 minute thing. Don't take up a lot of their time. Okay. Make it so that they want to hear more. This is when less equals more. Okay. Come back the next day. Hi, Rick again. Just want to see how you love that shake. Oh, they were great. Great. Well, how would you like to be the office heroine, or how would you like to be the office hero? Well, what do you mean? Well, what I mean is we can serve shakes at memberships. Sorry, they're not memberships. We can serve shakes or smoothies to your entire company. We either do that for breakfast or lunch, which would work best. Now, they may have the ability to say yes or no. They may not, but they're going to know who. And if they know who, if you got to go to then who know to that person, try to get a warm introduction. Try to go with that person so they can be talking about how much they like that shake, especially if they just loved their shake. Okay, and then you go in and do the in-service. Now, there's 2 ways to do an in-service. One way is to bring the shakes pre-made, and the other is to bring everything in and make the shakes on site. There's value to both ways. Personally, I don't like the noise and the mess and trying to figure out how you're going to do the cleanup, so I like to take mine pre-made. So I find out how many people are going to be there. I make up that many shakes plus 1 or 2, because you never know. And then I come in, I have them in coolers, bring them in, distribute them, and all I ask is when I do that I've got 5 or 6 minutes to explain what and where my club is and what it is we do. At that time, I also then hand everybody a business card for a free smoothie, or if you're doing half-off smoothies, whatever it is that you do, that's the next step. So always when you do this, always have that next step. What are we trying to lead them to? If it's a business appreciation day, I'm trying to lead them to coming back and to doing a 3-day trial. If it's a in-service, I'm trying to lead them to coming into the club so that I can lead them to coming back and then eventually doing a 3-day trial. So I give them all a coupon for another smoothie, and then I take off. Okay, and some people will do it a little bit longer, and they'll actually do a nutritional talk for 10 or 15 minutes. There's a lot of different ways that you can do that. Personally, I'm not going to come in with catalogs and go through all kinds of product stuff, because I want them to do a 3-day trial. I don't want them to start off trying to tell me what they need when they don't even understand the products and looking at prices and all the rest of that stuff that goes along with that. So it's all just about coming into the club, or coming to a VIP night, or coming to a shake party. If you don't have a club, you've got all these different options that you can do. Okay, so that's a perfect progression for me, is from a drop-off to an in-service to coming in to whatever my structure is. Okay, it also works really well to do a drop-off and then do a business appreciation day. All right, so there's lots of different ways, lots of different methods to do that. But if you send out 4 shakes a day, 5 or 6 days a week on your way to wherever it is that you're going to find plenty of people who want to do in-services, and potentially even lead to weight loss challenge classes on site at some of these businesses. And then, of course, all those people, if you have a club or you have access to your uplines club, you have all those people then that are coming in for memberships where you get to drip on them. You can get them into your event cycle, etc. So they work really, really well as a way to get lots of people at one time, 5 to 30 people at one time, all sampling products, all in a very closed environment where you have total control over what's, well, not total control, but you have control over what the message is and what's going on. Okay, hope that helps. And if you have any questions, then yell. We'll try and get them all answered. All right, bye, guys.